Welcome back. I'm going to give you a quick tutorial of what I do to get my fire up and going and up to temperature, and also show you how fast my house will heat up. So at the present it is just under 14 degrees, which isn't too bad. And that's 58.8 Fahrenheit for you, whoever uses that. This is a pretty accurate machine because I only literally touched it and it's gone up by 0.1 of a degree, but never mind. Let's just go on this. So this shows you the highs and lows. So the highs, I don't know how long it saves it for. That's the highs and that's the lows. So it's not particularly cold outside today. It's like 9 degrees or something like that, which ain't too bad. But I'll show you how quickly this gets up to temperature. Things that I have near my fire, in order to make it easier for me to just come here and get it going, is a decent box of kindling. I have another one outside that's ready to come in when this is done, which is nearly there now. I have a box that I put all my ash into. Yes, it is a wooden box, but it is the ash 12 hours after I've had the fire, so it is always extinguished, so I don't really have any problems with that. Well, I've never had any problems with it, so there you go. Lighters, like backup lighters as well. At the moment I don't like it because the door opens that way and everything's behind it, but it was all previously on that side, but we moved it because the dog bed is in the corner at the moment. I will be building like a big cupboard around the fireplace at some point, which will have all of this stuff in it, plus lots of wood ready for the fire, so I don't have to keep it going, getting it every day. But in the drawers at the moment I have matches, firelighters, just in case I need firelighters, newspapers, cardboard, and that's it at the moment for the fire, and just some other crap. I've stored up cardboard over the years. I have way too much for what I actually need to start this. But it's always handy to keep some because it's quite useful and it will get your fire going quite quickly. So I'll show you this now. You do not need to get rid of all of the ash. It's fine to leave some of the, it's like charcoal in there. It's fine. Ooh, that's not nice. We'll dump that. Two logs. On and up. Any size. I mean, this is actually quite a bad example, but you'll see. Get your paper at the bottom in the kind of V between the two logs. Yes, I did change this log because the other one was a little bit too big for doing what I want to do. Ordinary cardboard, preferably the stuff without the the printed ink stuff on either side of it. It will just burn better. Rip the cardboard up and just put it in layers, just small pieces, and then go to your kindling. Actual small bits of kindling are actually running a little bit low in this box, but it'll do. Load them up on top. One decent amount, let's get it going. I keep all like little bits, and even the size of a match I'd keep it. It's free wood, it's free kindling, just chuck it in a box. When you're splitting wood, chuck it in one of these boxes, and use it rather than throwing it away. A lot of people throw it away, which doesn't make any sense. Little bits of sawdust and stuff goes in there. It's not going to hurt it. Light one of the corners of the paper that's sticking out. I know people will say light as much as you can, but if you do this, it just gives you a tiny bit more time. You don't have to rush. Open up your vents, bring your door to. Don't shut it, leave it open. Open your vents, let all the air go in. You motherfucker. I actually thought that went out. You see what I'm doing with the door? Not like big, just tiny little, just pumping the air in there. Tiny little movements. You can see the flames flickering from me doing that. So that pushes it through. It will drive to the back of your fire. This is a double-sided stove. It's the same thing if it's single-sided. It's not really going to matter. Just make sure the vents are shut on the other side, because otherwise all the smoke will go out that side and you'll get in trouble for that. So that's it, pretty much. Leave it like this till you start hearing the wood start to crackle in there, the kindling that is, and get some of your smaller logs. I'm not sure if I have any. This is pretty dry. Yeah, this sort of stuff. Well, not that, because that's a bit weird, but like this. Just little pieces. Put it on top. Wait for them to catch. And once they've caught, then your cuisine, and you can just put the big stuff on and start just keep feeding it. Keep them vents open, and as long as the vents are open and you get your flue pipe up to temperature, once it's up there, then you can reduce, well, shut the door to start with, which will help you increase that temperature up the top there. You can then reduce the air intake and set it to your required needs. I generally have mine on quite low because it will eventually heat the house up and it doesn't just incinerate the wood that's in there. Because sometimes that is a problem with quite a lot of the people that I speak to, is they're constantly feeding it with wood again and again and again, and it's because your vents are all open too much. So, or the wood's too dry, which is quite common, especially if you buy your wood from B&Q. It will just go and you'll just end up with ash, which you can't relight a fire from. So let me open that. So here we go. It's building up nicely now. I've just put some more logs in there. I can now do that. You can hear it instantly. That will catch them logs that are on top nicely on fire up there, and I'll give it like 5 minutes or so and get that door shut. Can you hear the kindling cracking? Hope so, because I can. There. That's telling you that your fire's well on the way now. So as long as you don't think, oh god, it's a big fire, and you shut this, shut the vents, because this will just extinguish your fire very fast. And if it doesn't, then you have something wrong with your stove. So I'm probably going to regret doing that, aren't I? There we go. So I'll just leave that. That will build back up again on its own. Don't have to really do anything. Once the once you start getting the heat up the flue, it will help your fire like that, and it will just relight, which is fine. The only reason you need to wave this door at the beginning is because you're trying to push that force the hot air up the flue. It will go up on its own, but just by doing that, it just helps a little bit more. It's an important thing to get the flue to temperature in order to create a decent fire. Hence why I use the cardboard and the paper. That automatically makes the temperature inside the box, well, quite high. I know you can use firelighters, but you end up spending a lot of money on firelighters, which I think are a waste of time. You get cardboard for free, you get paper for free, so just use the free stuff rather than it going to landfill. Everything's going all nicely now. This fire is, yeah, good. The fans have come on. Is that one? Yeah. The temperature is on its way up, and now I'm just gonna shut some of these vents. I will shut that to there. I will put some more wood on in a second as well once I've put the camera down. But I just wanted to show you that, you know, this is, what is it? It's now, I started this at just before 4 o'clock. So now it's, well, nearly 1/4 past. So it's come up to temperature quite nicely, as you can see. And the room temperature is, yeah, so it's gone up a little bit. It's quite a large area that it needs to heat up, and this is open at the moment, so all the heat goes straight up the staircase. So it's pretty good to go up, what is it, 2 degrees or whatever that is. So yeah, it is what it is. Another small tip that I nearly forgot about, I just do it automatically now. When you are, let's say you've had the fire on for an hour and it's nice up to temperature, and you can see that you need to feed it with some more wood, and you've got your gauges. I normally have this down like a lot lower, to like there somewhere, and these are just shut as they are. So if you wanted to put more wood in there now and you open the door, you will get smoke coming out when you don't really want that. So the best thing to do is to open the vents. I generally only open that one. Sometimes I open that one, but this is pretty good at feeding the fire. As you can see, it's made it roar up. Then I open the handle with the door still shut, like I'm leaning against it. And then it means that I can just open it very slowly, which creates the drawer inside the fire, which will guarantee you no smoke coming out. You might get some if it's like right on the edge of the fire, but generally it will, that won't happen. I just wanted to share that with you because I didn't know that, and I used to fill my room up and set the smoke alarm off every night. So sharing is caring. Thanks for the view, guys. I hope it was helpful to you. I know some of it might be quite self-explanatory to some of you, but there's many people that don't know how to have a fire properly, or light it, or maintain their fires. If you have yourself a nice wood stove and you spend your money on it, and it's meant to be an investment for your property, which is what mine is, you want it to last, and you want to be able to use it as efficiently as you possibly can. So you don't have to keep, if you're buying wood, you don't have to keep buying wood. And if you have free wood, doesn't really matter. I have free wood now, which is growing within 200 meters of where I live. It's pointless for me just to keep feeding my fire with that wood. Even if it's free, it doesn't matter. The point is, it's meant to be economically friendly and eco-friendly. So we only ever have it come on at 15 degrees. So if the temperature is above 15 degrees, then we generally don't light the fire. If I know it's going to be cold at night and it's 15 degrees when we get in, I will light it because I know that the temperature will drop. And it's easier to get the house to temperature earlier, like when the sun has just gone down, rather than waiting until 9 o'clock at night and realizing that you're actually quite cold. Then you have to put the electric heating on, and it's just costing you money. So with your free wood, if you bide your time with it and don't use too much, you will have heat in your house all the time, and you don't need to have your house like 30 degrees like many people do. They say they don't, but you see them turning that little thermostat a little bit every day, and that's just money going down the drain as far as I'm concerned, and it's not going into your pocket, it's going into someone else's. you could just put a jumper on, which is why when you saw me at the beginning of the video, I did have a hat on, and I have got a scarf on, and I have got a jumper on, and I've actually got thermals on, because I was here inside today working on the computer, and I don't want to put the heating on. I just put my clothes on. It's quite simple. If you went outside, you put your clothes on, so why is it any different when you're inside? So, enough of all that ranting and raving and whatever. If there's any help, give me a little thumbs up. If it wasn't, then don't give me a thumbs down, because it's just annoying. Give me a little comment if there's something you want to know. And goodbye, and God bless, and Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.